Okay, so let us start unit number 1, that is quantum mechanics 1. Okay, so as I have previously told you that in the BSc final year semester 6 you have to learn a new subject, that is quantum mechanics, and 2 units are devoted for this particular subject. So we will try to understand the basic concepts of the quantum mechanics very well. Okay, so this particular unit is termed as quantum mechanics 1. Okay, now before starting anything about the quantum mechanics, we shall see the introduction first, and in this introduction we should try to understand what is the meaning of quantum mechanics. Okay, this particular word has been heard lot many times, from starting from your 12th standard itself. Okay, you might be hearing photoelectric effect, you might be hearing the stability of atoms, and you know that all these sort of answers means there were so many questions about the physics of this particular phenomena, and all sort of answers will has been given only by the quantum mechanics. So this particular terminology has been heard by you lot many times, but what should be the actual meaning of quantum mechanics, that we have to see now. So before understanding the meaning of quantum or quantum mechanics, we will try to understand the opposite word of quantum mechanics. Remember that the opposite word usually discussed about the quantum mechanics is the word classical. Okay, so there are two words, classical, and the thing which is not classical is termed as a quantum, right? Then only we can try to understand what is the meaning of quantum mechanics, right? So what should be the meaning of classical then? So previously also I have told you the example of the music. Okay, suppose that there is a rock music. Okay, rock music cannot be called as a classical, because classical music, whenever we say that there is a classical music, it means that we have a sensation of very pleasant type of music. Okay, the music which has been heard by old people generally, because youngsters generally do not like classical music or the pleasant music, they generally like the rock type of music, right? So the music which is heard by the old persons, such a music we generally term as a classical one. Similarly, whenever we talk about classical physics, so classical physics is the physics which has been accepted by old people, or which has been used by our ancestors. Okay, so the physics which has been practiced, which has been used by our ancestors from very long time, is called as a classical physics. The examples of the classical physics are the Newtonian physics. Okay, Newtonian physics is a physics where Newton's laws of motions are generally discussed. Then there is a kinetic theory of gases. This is also the regime of the classical physics. Then there is a electromagnetic theory, which is again the branch of classical physics. Then there is a statistical physics. Remember that statistical physics also has two parts, one is classical and another is the quantum. So we are now here talking about the classical sense, right? So the statistical physics is also the part of the classical physics. Okay, there is a optics. Whenever we talk about wave optics, then we are dealing with the classical physics, that we have to remember. Then there is a nuclear physics also. Lot of nuclear physics is a part of classical physics. Okay, so whatever old concepts are there, these old concepts are generally referred as a classical physics. Okay, and remember that this big line, classical physics is true almost everywhere. Okay, classical physics is almost true everywhere, but it fails when when does this classical physics fail? So the classical physics fails when particles move at very high speed. Okay, so this is the first time in which the classical physics seems to fail. Okay, and we know that this failure resulted into the invention of new kind of theory, and this new kind of theory is nothing but theory of relativity. Okay, so because we know that classical physics fails at high speeds, okay, we cannot apply the classical physics to the particles which are moving with very high speeds. So there we have to use the theory of relativity, right? Then there is again another era or area in which the classical physics fails, and that area is particles having atomic or subatomic sizes. So whenever we are discussing with the particles which are of very smaller size means how much smaller size? So if the size of the particle is of atom size, for example 10 raised to minus 10 angstrom, okay, so if there is a atoms, if there are molecules, and if there is a electron, proton, neutron, so these are the particles where the size is very small. Now when the size is very small, then classical physics cannot be used, or even if we try to use the classical physics, whatever results we obtain, okay, those results cannot explain the true phenomena or the practical phenomena. Then only we can say that classical physics is not acceptable there, right? So whenever there is such a case, we have to use again another type of physics, and that another type of physics is called as a quantum physics. Okay, so whenever particles have the dimensions of atoms or molecules, then we have to use the another type of physics, and that physics is nothing but quantum mechanics. Okay, so remember that from this particular point, that it is not to be assumed that classical physics is wrong. Okay, classical physics is very true. Sometimes this particular phenomena has been taken by mistake, that no, since we are discussing now quantum physics is true everywhere, so classical physics must be wrong. Actually this inception is not true. Classical physics is not wrong. We can say that classical physics is applicable in a limited area. Okay, in a limited regime we have to apply classical physics, and whenever we are decreasing the size of the particles, then we have to deal with the quantum physics, and if we are moving with very high speeds, then we have to use the relativity. Okay, so there are so many sections of this particular physics. Okay, and classical physics is a very important pillar. Okay, and who hold this pillar for long is the Newton, because the complete classical physics is dominated by the scientist Newton. Sometimes classical physics is alternatively called as Newtonian physics. Okay, even if here I mentioned that there is a Newtonian physics, kinetic theory of gases, electromagnetic theory, statistical physics, okay, optics, nuclear physics, etc. All these branches of physics are based on the Newtonian physics only. So you cannot say that Newton's laws are very different than the electromagnetic theory. Whole of the electromagnetic theory is based on the basic concepts of the Newtonian mechanics, right?